Okay, so in the last video we worked on the main page content tag, so we've got some content in here, we've got some product teasers, this side's done. Alright, now we're going to work on bestsellers and manufacturers, currencies and information. Now this right hand panel, first of all, we can lose currencies, we don't support multiple currencies at this time. So first of all, we just nip into the back end, we go to store design. You can see how fast this is and how fast it's been to put together this first look. If I mentioned it before, our team can normally have a pretty good go at one within 8 working hours. Obviously we might have a bit of customer feedback either during that time or after that time, and depending on the complexity of a template, that's probably a good guide as an average. We can see from these videos we've put together this a lot quicker than that, but the rest of the time should be spent really making sure everything looks good cross-browser and everything's perfect and the customer's happy. Right, let's lose currencies. So first of all, there's a couple of ways we can do this. We can actually use the remove link. We can delete some inner content basically, but again, be very careful when doing this. I'm going to take a copy of what we've got, and we can basically say delete inner content, and we can delete that currencies block there just by clicking it, and it should be removed from the HTML. If that doesn't work, you can do it manually by going into by finding it in there. Same for manufacturers, we can safely delete it for now. You could probably replace that with a promo area later, or maybe a special teaser list of categories or something in the same way as we did the site content, but we'll get rid of those for now. Right, okay, so let's do information first now. We've got articles, pages, web pages or articles, they're definable in the CMS. Again, we can render out a list exactly like this, but over here, so I'm going to find it in the HTML flow. It's exactly the same, it's a list. So actually we could save a bit of time here. I've just determined where we are. Again, we can use the trick of putting a couple of X's. You see how quickly the page updates. We should see X's above and below. There we go, really nice. So I'm going to actually grab what we did here and modify that. So I'm going to find the other, there we go. So we've got that. I'm going to copy that out. I'm going to find my X's, and ultimately a lot of this comes down to just working inside here and knowing what you're doing with regards to HTML and CSS. Okay, so I'm going to paste that in. Okay, now this time we've got a start category of -1, but we don't want products, we want articles. Now they happen to be sorry, it's -2, but the articles happen to be -1, so I'm going to swap that out for -1. Okay, and we've not got anything in there, but we have got some articles on the site. Sorry, we haven't got any articles on the site, but when we have, they'll show in there. So we'll set it up ready. So we're going to need another show content pages, which again you can check on the tag reference, but this will make sure that not just the categories show, but also the pages that might sit below them. Okay, and we're then just going to look at how the styling's done and make sure that the classes match that. So I can see that it's UL_3 at the top, and then it looks like the subclasses are all the same, so it's UL_3, and then that should style it correctly. And I'm going to delete their list, and then I'm going to nip into the admin area just to create 2 articles to show you that they're there. So you remember what it looks like. We can compare it to so they're blank at the moment because the merchant's not got any articles. So I'm going to nip back to the admin area. I'm going to click content. I'm going to say manage articles, create an article. Let's call it hello world, and then just click update. You'd put your article content in there as well. And then let's do another one, and this time my FAQs. So my FAQs, and then we could put some info in here. Information goes here. The merchant would fill in his list of FAQs. Looks a bit of a mess, but let's update that. Okay. Alright, so that's done. We'll close Firebug. We'll go back to the store, and okay, when making edits it can take a minute or two for the sitemap to refresh, depending on how much content there are. It's not showing for some reason, so let's just go in and have a look to see if I've made a mistake. Back into there, we use the internal search to find the second site navigation control. There we go. Okay, and it looks good. Not quite sure why that's not showing. Right, okay, that's alright. It's a user error. -1 is news, -3 is articles, or developer error. There we go. Okay, so that was all it was. So use -3 when you want the articles. Now just go back to the admin area and then back to the site. There we go. We've now got information down here, and these actually link through as well. So if I click that, it will actually take me to the My FAQs page with the information that the merchant put. Okay, so we'll do those in a minute. There we go. Right, so now we've got bestsellers on the right hand side. So again, we can just nip in there and store design, customize template, and let's find our bestsellers list. Now there's a very nice little tag for doing that. Again, we've got an unordered list with a class. Okay, now there's a couple of ways we can do this. We can either have a product category called bestsellers and link that through, or we can actually show the bestsellers list. For now, we'll just say to the merchant any of the ones you want to show on the right you've got full control of, and you can put them in a special category. So what we need to do that is we need to look at what the merchant's bestsellers category is, and let's have a look. Manage content categories and bestsellers. Okay, now you'd have to create this if it wasn't there already. I mean, you can do that just by clicking create product category. This is the key there, this information. So I'm going to copy that, go back into the store design, customize the template, find where it says bestsellers. There we go, and there's the list. I'm just gonna paste in the number for the time being and go and grab the other site navigation control from the products. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back to where the bestsellers are. Okay, there we go, bestsellers, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to go in there. Right, now this is the same as the one here, but the start category is the bestsellers category from the admin area. Okay, and I can see from below the list class is UL2. Other than that, it matches, and there we go, fully linked up bestsellers. I'm going to delete their list there, and I'm going to set show content pages to be true. There we go, and there we go, top selling pants, top selling t-shirt, and that actually links through to the product. Okay, so that's it. That's the right. I'll just go back to the home. That's the right hand side of the page now. So we've done the footer, we've done the header, we've done the right, we've done the left, we've done the main body, we've done the promo areas. Next we will link the header bar up here in the next video.